Hey guys, it's Janelle, and it is early in the morning, and these are the first words I've spoken today, but I felt an extreme urge when I woke up this morning to make this video. I've been wanting to make it for a while, and there's just been things that have been happening around me and in my community, having to do with racism and the whole Black Lives Matter movement, and I need to speak on this because this is important to me. And this video is probably going to be so scatterbrained. I'm sorry, I don't have any notes and I have a lot to say and it's probably not going to make any sense together, but we're going to try our best to discuss this topic. First off, let me start by saying that I find it fucking ridiculous that there are people who live on this planet who believe that racism is not a big deal anymore. Now that we've gotten rid of the whole a slave is worth 3/5 of a person thing, oh yeah, racism, it's done. It's not. It's nowhere near done. There's still blatant racism happening today. There's still passive-aggressive sort of racism happening today. There's still racism that people don't even recognize as racism that's happening today. And that needs to change. I know it's not going to change fully in the near future. Not until people recognize that they are being racist and people recognize that white privilege is in fact a thing, and until people realize that if they're white and heterosexual and cisgender and a male primarily, that they still need to concern themselves with problems that go beyond just their small category. There has been a lot of stuff happening regarding the Black Lives Matter thing at my school. All Lives Matter versus Black Lives Matter. I don't really go to that high school, so I've been hearing all this stuff from my girlfriend, but what I've heard is that there is a whole bunch of talk about racism now, and people are opening up discussions about race, and there are the kids who support Black Lives Matter and show that they support it. There are people making t-shirts and wearing them, which is awesome, and then there are kids who don't care to know, and there are kids who are just blatantly racist. One of my friends tweeted something. Well, okay, first let me explain for the viewer who doesn't know what they've gotten themselves into, the difference between All Lives Matter and Black Lives Matter. Me, if I had just seen the hashtag All Lives Matter and not the hashtag Black Lives Matter, I probably would have been like, yeah, all lives do matter, you're right. And the whole Black Lives Matter movement is not discounting the lives of other races and other people. It's simply saying that we need to pay attention to those who need it most, those who have experienced cultural appropriation or police brutality or police profiling, or just racism on the daily. I'm part of the Black community. I have a sense of what it's like, and we need to pay attention to Black people in specific. That is not saying that all lives do not matter. It's just saying that we need to focus on them specifically. Continuing with my story. One of my friends tweeted something against the All Lives Matter movement, and some person reported her to the school, and she got emergency expulsion for tweeting against the All Lives Matter movement, which is ridiculous to me still. I had heard that, and I was at school, and I came home, and I just ran in the door. I'm like, Mom, I cannot believe it. She just got expelled. I'm not gonna say her name just in case she doesn't want me to. Didn't ask her permission to be put in this video, so I'm not gonna say her name. Emergency expulsion isn't really being expelled. It's indefinite suspension. She's coming back to school tomorrow, so that didn't last for that long, but it was still ridiculous that she got expelled in the first place. And okay, sorry. I keep going off on tangents, but I was telling my mom all this, and then somebody close to me, who again I'm not going to name because I don't want to get into trouble, was just told me that they heard that the leader of the Black Lives Matter movement was tweeting death threats to people, and they had a gun, and they were talking about how they were gonna kill people, so it's a bad thing. And that's all that they said. And I was just so taken aback because I was just like, that's not what Black Lives Matter means to me. It means showing support for people of color. I was just like, I haven't heard any of that stuff, so I can't really fight it, but yeah, after that I talked to my girlfriend about it, and she was like, yeah, it's kind of too big of a movement to pin down to one person. And that's the thing that kind of sucks about this sort of thing, is that if one person fucks it up, then the whole group is just seen as bad by some people who don't understand what exactly all this is. So I don't know, it just totally rubbed me the wrong way, the fact that they shut it down so quickly and weren't willing to like listen to anything else other than what they heard on CNN. I think it's really great that people are speaking up in favor of this movement, and people are openly supporting people who aren't people of color, which is awesome. So yes, Black Lives Matter, and that is that. That is all you need to know. While I'm on this portion of this video, I want to discuss Macklemore's song. I think it's called White Privilege. I don't know if it's part 1 or part 2. I think it's part 2. I don't know. My friend Briley showed me this song yesterday, and she told me I needed to hear it with all this stuff going on, and like how important that it was. And it's like an 8-minute long song. I will link it down below. And it is so good. It starts off with him talking about like being part of a march for the Black Lives Matter movement, and he's talking about like not knowing if he should be there because he isn't black, and how he like still supports it, but he shouldn't be the one who's like the spokesperson for this. He goes on, like calls out Iggy Azalea for being racist, calls out Elvis for being racist, which I did not know, but honestly wouldn't surprise me. There's just so many important things. He talks, like there's a quote that's an analogy for Black Lives Matter, which is really helpful for people to understand the difference between All Lives Matter and Black Lives Matter. And just the things that he says are really, really important in that song. And I suggest that if you are interested in this kind of thing and support Black Lives Matter and want to know more, that you listen to that song. I have not thought about Macklemore for like a year, and I am just really glad that he is speaking up in favor of these sort of things. And it's also really important because the white people already love him. Like after Thrift Shop, they're like, oh, Macklemore. So like if white people who don't know what's already going on hear the song, maybe they will understand their white privilege. Also, I want to just quickly touch on the subject of reverse racism. It doesn't exist. There are people, white people, who do not agree with me on this. There are white people who do agree with me on this, but I would just like to say reverse racism does not exist because racism is towards the oppressed. White people were never oppressed in the first place. Therefore, reverse racism is not a thing. That doesn't mean that there is prejudice towards white people. There are black people and other people of color who hate on white people. And like that's rude and that's mean, obviously. I mean, if it's like without a cause, but that's not racism. And it was hard. It's hard for people to accept that. At first, I wasn't really sure if I believed in reverse racism, but after like talking to my friends, I was just like, yeah, okay, it's not a thing. Yeah, I would just like to put that out there. Reverse racism does not exist. Do more research on it if you want to fight me, but it's not real. Case closed. I wanted to talk about something else, specifically targeted towards black girls, because I'm a black girl. Black girls are beautiful. And I spent most of my life trying so hard to fit in with all the other white girls. I live in a place that has a lot of white people and not very many people of color at all. From 5th grade on, I've been straightening my hair. In middle school, I would dress in like Victoria's Secret pink, and I would try to get all the name brands because that's what all the white girls were wearing at my school, and I just wanted to fit in with them. And I thought it was really important to like have my hair straight and to like listen to top 40s pop and stuff because I wanted to fit in. And there weren't any other black girls around me to tell me that I didn't need to. And there weren't any other black girls that led a different example for me to like gain inspiration from and realize that I was fine the way I was and my curly hair is fine. My hair is a huge insecurity for me. It still is. I have tried going curly. Like I went curly for last summer for a couple months, and I just did it now for like a week, and it's still very, very hard for me to accept my curly hair. I feel so much better when I have my hair straightened. It's like so much easier to manage, takes less time to do, and I just don't have to worry about it. Like curly hair, I didn't realize that until I tried it like very recently for a week, is a lot of work. You have to do it every day, and I'm not that kind of person who wants to do their hair every day. I want to get up and not think about it, not comb it, and like put a hat on. That's my style. Kudos to you, curly haired women who wear their hair curly all the time, because that takes a lot of effort and it's hard to know how to do. I didn't know how to do it. I still don't really know because I haven't had my hair curly for a long amount of time, for 8 or 9 years, I think, which is a very long time to go with straight hair. I just am here to say, even though I might not be the right spokesperson, because I am sort of a hypocrite with the whole curly hair is beautiful thing, even though I'm wearing my hair straight. But I just want to say, for girls who feel confident enough to go with their hair curly, and girls who have lived with their hair curly their whole lives and don't know what it's even like when it's straight, it's beautiful. And you may be living in an area like me that doesn't have other curly haired girls that you can look up to, but curly hair is great. Side note. Well, not really side note. This is another part of the video I wanted to get into. I'm sorry, I cannot stop talking. But I have been told by like my own family members, well, a family member in specific, I don't think they're being like very serious, but still, that I'm not black enough because I don't really listen to rap, and I have tapestries around my room, and I have a record player, and I do like stereotypically white things, and I go to pop punk concerts and stuff like that. I'm not black enough, and for some girls or some guys or some non-binaries who may be in the same boat as me or have been before, black is not determined by what you do or how you express it or how you wear your clothes or what music you listen to. It's your skin color. That's all it is. I am in fact black enough. I have a white mom and a black dad. I'm black. So, fuck you to anybody who told me that. Doesn't matter what I do, or how I choose to express myself. I'm still black. Rock what you want to rock, wear your hair how you want to wear your hair, and wear the clothes you want to wear, listen to the music you want to listen to, and just be who you want to be. Moving on, I have felt for a lot of my life that I have to succeed for all the black kids who don't get the chance to succeed. For example, I am middle to upper class. I live in a stable home. I go to a good school, and I have access to good things, good education. I am privileged in that way. I'm not privileged in a lot of other ways, but I am privileged in that way specifically. I have played the violin since 4th grade. Well, I don't play it anymore. I stopped after sophomore year, but I played it for 8 years of my life, which is a long time to play an instrument, I now realize. Throughout that 8 years, I was the only black girl in my orchestra the entire time. Only black kid, actually. There was no other black kids ever. And like I mentioned, I go to a pretty white school. I've always felt the need to succeed and do well and do better than most kids because there weren't any other black kids to set the example. I feel like a lot of people already have a negative like predisposition towards black people before they even meet them or know what they're about, just because of the skin of their color. The skin of their color. The color of their skin. That's called racism, children. I never wanted it to be like that for me, although I can't really help that, but I've had straight A's for like my entire life, and that's partly because I am just like that. I feel like I need to have perfect grades, which is not true, but also because I'm black and I want to show people that like black people can do well. Black people can succeed, and they can go to school and get their education, and they can have high paying jobs, and they can do whatever they want to do. So yeah, and specifically for black girls, because I'm a black girl, I can't really speak on behalf of black boys or black non-binaries because I'm not one. It just is so important to me to see black girls succeeding, and whenever I see a black girl who's like doing her thing and she's doing good, I get so excited because I don't really have anyone to look up to that is like that. Like Nicki Minaj, who is speaking and saying like you need to get your education and you don't need a man, and I never slept with anybody to get where I am today. Like, I feel like that is a really important message. She is doing it, and that's really cool. Beyonce, obviously, she is awesome and beautiful and doing her thing and promoting feminism and just doing so many good things. And Amandla Stenberg, another person who's really awesome. She always has like her different hairstyles and everybody loves them, and she's an art student and she's really talented. There's Zendaya, who everybody is loving on now. Awesome style. She is speaking on important things as well. Like, all of these girls are doing important things and saying important things that some people haven't said yet. Also Halsey. A lot of people do not consider her to be black because she looks white, but she is in fact black. She has a black dad, so she's fucking black, okay? And she is speaking on so many important things, and a lot of people don't like her. That's another thing. I'm a Halsey fan, and I like Halsey, and why the hell are you hating on her? She's good. But, all those girls are speaking and doing important things. And that is really, really cool for me to see as a black girl. And I just want that to keep happening. And I just want to prove everybody wrong who thinks that black people cannot do things as well or better than white people or any other sort of people, because they can. Black is beautiful. Do your thing. Be what you want to be. Look like what you want to look like, and don't feel pressure to look like all the other white girls, because I did for years and now I don't. I dress how I want to dress, and I feel really great about myself because I have accepted that I'm different and I don't care. I do wear my hair straight, as we previously discussed. It honestly makes me feel so much better about myself than when my hair is curly, because I have not yet accepted my curly hair. I will get there eventually, but as for now, this is the kind of hair that makes me feel good about myself, so that's what I'm going to wear. I think it's just really important to flaunt being black and flaunt your culture and just be you, because I don't know if anybody has ever told you that or anybody has encouraged you to be you, but be you, please, because we need more of that. So yeah, I think that's all I have to say for now. I talked for like half an hour. There will be more videos like this, I guarantee you. I told you I was going to start social commentary like 3 months ago, and I guess this is the first installment of that. I still want to talk about so many things. So yeah, that was it for this video. Please, if you are watching and you felt in any way moved by this, or like you want to say something about this topic, leave it in the comments below. I will probably respond. I am sure I will respond. I do check the comments on my videos. And thank you for watching, and also please check out that Macklemore song. I'm gonna link it down below. So that is that for now. I hope you guys have a great rest of your day or night or morning whenever you're watching this, and I will see you next time. Bye!